Hi guys, I'm Dennis. Welcome back to my channel, Guy with a Plant. In today's episode, I'm going to repot this beautiful Hoya and also to propagate it as well. This is Hoya krohniana Super Silver. So as you can see, this is totally overgrown. So today I'm going to perform this long overdue task of propagating this Hoya before I lose this plant totally, because I think the roots are not doing that great. So it's really time to give it a repot as well. So let's chop out this Hoya. This is actually entangled with this Hoya memorial here, which has grown quite a lot as well. So let me try to untangle this before I remove this pot. I don't want the plants to be toppling over. Alright, I've lost the audio here. I think the mic was off. So basically what I was trying to say was that this Hoya has 6 vines. 2 very long ones which I'll take leaf cuttings from, and the rest are really quite short. Try to zoom into the details of the leaves. It started off with these somewhat darker green leaves with these silvery splashes, which is really nice. But as the Hoya grows, you can see that the silvery is becoming more dominant. In fact, some of the leaves are fully silver with a little bit of green instead of the other way around. And we have an odd one that is almost half and half. But look at the rest of the leaves, they are almost fully silver. It's really beautiful. You have leaves of different colors and different shades. Here, look at this. Yeah, this is another half-half, green and silver. Half-half. Okay, look at the end of this vine. There are some new leaves coming out that are really small. It's really cute. And this is a shorter vine. The leaves are equally beautiful, and also new leaves that are coming out. But I want to show you this particular vine. It started to revert to more green, and slowly I can see more and more green leaves. Look at the aerial roots. This is really prime for propagation. At this point, the leaves are starting to turn green. So I have many green leaves here, as you can see. What I've done is to put it on some moss. I was hoping to root them, but I don't think they are rooted. This is the vine that shot out with all these green leaves, looking really nice. So even though they are fully green, but I still do appreciate the look of this. Looking really fresh and succulent. So this is the overall look of one single plant. So definitely time to cut it up. Firstly, what I want to do is to separate this vine that is totally green, and we will go from there. So I'm definitely going to take cuttings, many cuttings from the vines with these silvery leaves, and I'll propagate them in a mix which I'll show you later. For that, let's cut this green vine off. I've lost audio again, so basically I'm just showing you the contrast of those very silver leaves compared to those super green ones. Okay, so I'm going to cut the vine with the green leaves at this point. Okay, so this is the longest vine with many silvery leaves, and on the side there is a smaller vine that is growing out. So this one can actually branch out in the future. I'm going to cut it right here. So this is the Hoya after the haircut, still looking really good. It's the longest vine that I've cut out. And this is the second vine that I cut. I'm going to cut out the vine to get some leaf cuttings. Oh, this little cutting is so pretty. Oh, and look at all the aerial roots. It should propagate really well. The thing about Hoya is that when you cut them, they will just release this sap. So there is sap everywhere. Let's pot these babies up. Alright, for the rooting medium, I'm going to have a mix of leca. This is very fine leca, really tiny. And I'm going to mix with this. This is actually just very small pebbles, which I think is more for decorative purposes. I'm going to mix these two up to create a very loose mix. I think this one is looking much neater compared to this one, which is more sparse. And I think because it's more challenging to place this as the stems are much longer. So this is what I have, looking really good. And I'm going to put in some water, but I've got to make sure that the water covers the base of the cuttings. Next, let's look at the original plant. It's still looking really nice. I love how silvery and pale the leaves are. Let you take a closer look at the leaves. Wow, look at this one. It's mostly silver. So like I mentioned, this Hoya has been sitting in this original pot and potting medium since day one. So it has been almost 2 years. Definitely time to rejuvenate the potting medium. So externally, I think the roots are not looking that great, so I'm a bit concerned what's happening inside. So the potting medium is definitely something that I'm not crazy about. I'm not even sure what it is. So let's remove this and repot it in a better mix. So this is seated on the shelf just next to the balcony, and it gets plenty of bright light, morning sun, sometimes even direct morning sun, and I think it's doing pretty well. I fertilize this with slow release fertilizer that's meant for flowering plants. Okay, let's get this little fella out of the pot. Actually, this dries out really easily and it feels really spongy. I can't believe this has been sitting in this pot without a change in potting medium for the last 2 years. Totally my bad. I'm surprised it's still thriving. This has flowered for me, I think twice since I got it. A photo of the flowers here. Okay, let's take a look at the roots. They're looking pretty okay. I think the main bulk of this potting mix is made of cocoa chips. So these small little purple balls are the slow release fertilizers. Okay, I think now the challenge is to remove the cocoa chips without destroying the roots. Alright, I've removed most of the cocoa chips, not all, but at least I've loosened up the root ball because some of the cocoa chips are stuck to the roots. I do not want to damage the roots. But I'll say I remove at least 80% of the cocoa chips. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to repot this into this pot that is about 10 cm or 2 inches across with my aeroid mix. This is also pretty loose with bark, perlite and palmers. So I believe the Hoya will appreciate this airy mix. What the bark are really very fine. Okay, and this is repotted. It's looking really nice. I think the color of the pot kind of complements the Hoya. Beautiful. So I'm going to give this some water as well because now it's totally dry. For the rest of the Hoya, which is totally green, I realized it's actually rooted into this sphagnum moss. And this is not only pure sphagnum moss, but it's a potting mix. Can you see here? Just leave this be at the moment. So I've actually twirled up the rest of the vine to make it a more lush looking pot of Hoya. and I am definitely going to water this very frequently because it's in this pot that is very well aerated with all these cutouts. So I may get leaf cuttings from this sometime down the road, but meanwhile I'm just going to leave it as it is. Hey guys, so it has been 2 weeks later, and these are the leaf cuttings. As you can see, it gets plenty of direct sun. Yeah, let's take a look. I don't think there's any difference, but at least they are not dead. In fact, all the cuttings are still viable and looking really good. Let's see if there's any roots. I don't think so at this point in time. So for this box, there's one root here that I can see that has grown out, but other than that, yeah, things are looking pretty much the same. This is the other box. I see some new growth, some tiny leaves. Nope, I don't see any roots. This is probably an existing arrow root, and some new baby leaves. It's really nice. Very healthy, so I can't complain. Make sure it's really wet because it gets a lot of heat in this balcony. Okay, next let's look at the parent plant. This is the original one. Still looking the same, looking good. And there's some new growth here, new leaves. I've got to be careful not to break them. Other than that, yeah, nothing died, so that is good. And this is the pot with all the green leaves, looking pretty much the same, but I can see that there are actually 2 new leaves here. That is a good sign. Look at this. Nice. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I am unable to show the future updates in the same video because I know my Hoyas, they grow really slowly. So do subscribe to my channel to be updated on the progress of this Hoya. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you again in my next video. Meanwhile, stay safe and remember to show your plants some love.